When I was in southern Thailand, we came across this a lot. The beautiful rockfish that was stuffed with galangal and kaffir lime leaf and lemongrass, and all of those flavors just really brings back a wonderful memory that I want to share with you. Hi friends, welcome back to CookOut. I'm Chef Maria Hines. We're out here in the beautiful San Juans, and today we're going on a very, very special tour with one of my all-time favorite ingredients. It goes in everything. I'm super, super psyched. My mantra is always more salt, more acid. Today we're gonna focus on salt, and we're gonna learn where it's coming from. We're gonna learn how it's harvested. We're gonna dig out a big sand pit and do a salt-crusted rockfish that's coming out of the waters just right over here. And then some beautiful sea beans that grow in the tidal line in this area as well. So we get the local trifecta today, and we're gonna cook it all up. I'm gonna show you how. Every part of my life, of all of our lives, food touches. I'm Chef Maria Hines, and on the show, we're going to explore how to make food taste mind-blowingly delicious, nutrition, celebrating the great outdoors, the impact that food has on the planet, our bodies, and our communities. We're gonna go on this journey together. We're gonna learn, we're gonna cook, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna make a salt-crusted rockfish. The rockfish is coming right out of these waters, and going along with it, we're gonna have some sea beans. It has a real briny quality to it, so when you get it, you wanna make sure that you blanch it first, so that way you can get rid of some of the salt content. And if you don't have sea beans, in your location, then you can use asparagus, you can use, a seaweed salad, but basically anything that's gonna help support this beautiful rockfish that we're cooking with today. I dug out a big sand pit, got the coals going, then this is the perfect time to stuff the cavity of your fish with all these beautiful aromats that we have going on here. Once we stuff the cavity, we're gonna make a little salt paste, and when we have the salt paste, we're gonna rub it all over, both sides, inside of the cavity, so we get lots of flavor. And then to protect the fish from the coals and the sand, we have this beautiful seaweed that just harvested out of the water right here. And we're gonna cover the fish in the seaweed so that way it stays nice and protected. So Brady, tell me the first part of the process. What are we gonna watch first?
Well, I gotta go get the seawater, right? Because what's sea salt made from? It's made from seawater. So I got a beautiful old flatbed truck here, 50-year-old guy named Fred, we call him. And I go to a beautiful private beach. I fill it up with seawater, and I'm gonna show you the water entering the greenhouse. So here it comes, running through these filters.
This is just to filter out anything.
Yeah, just coming out crystal clear.
And you're gonna fill up this whole...
It's gonna be full to the brim.
Okay.
And it's gonna start heating up. The sunshine's gonna hit it. It'll go from about 45 degrees in the ocean to, on the best of days, 85 degrees in here. And this is gonna start evaporating. The water's gonna go into the air, and it'll keep going down, down, down until about 2/3 of the way through. That's when the crystal magic starts to happen. Now this is one of my favorite things, is just the water going into a fresh liner like this. You get all the reflections, it's so peaceful. I mean, honestly, I should be charging people to come in here and do like, what do they call it, float pools,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You have a salt spa, that's next?
That's next, exactly. That's next on our list.
I love it. I'm gonna make the salt paste first. You just wanna kind of break it up a little bit. And I think, you know what? Check it out. I got this Thai chili in here. And I'm just sitting here staring at these beautiful aromats. Let's put some of that in there too. We'll really season it up. Okay, and by using the mortar and pestle with that Thai chili I put in there, we're releasing the oils. And as you release the oils, that's how you're releasing the flavor. Okay, and we're gonna put some of this kaffir lime leaf. So the kaffir lime leaf, it's out of Southeast Asia. It's a citrus fruit, and it has a really beautiful, really floral smell, and kind of a little bit of that soapy smell that you would get from cilantro. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of this lemongrass in here. So the lemongrass, you wanna take the tough part off there. So the reason why I'm pounding this is because I want to release the oils out of the lemongrass, all right? And we're just gonna get a little chunk of this just because I want that flavor to kind of perfume the salt that we're gonna crust the fish with. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water so it becomes a paste, and then you can kind of see, what's happening there. We're gonna stuff this fish with some of this lemongrass here, some kaffir lime leaf. So galangal is in the ginger family. It's a root, and it has this really nice pine smell to it, and it's a really wonderful anti-inflammatory, just as ginger is. Like if you just took some galangal and then you steeped it in a little bit of water and you put some lime juice in there and you just left it in your fridge with the galangal in there, and then you had a glass of that every day, it's really great to like bring the inflammation down in your body. Okay, so we're gonna get all this chopped up. Now we're ready to stuff our beautiful rockfish here.
We'll see the crystals hanging on the surface of the water. We'll see pyramidal crystals. We'll see blocky crystals. We'll see pancake-shaped crystals.
Wow, I had no idea. I thought that it only formed like one, geometric shape whenever salt was being harvested. But with this natural method that you're doing, it just all different shapes.
All different. In commercial sea salt, normally it's refined down to be 99% pure sodium chloride, but there's all sorts of other minerals in the ocean that normally salt makers don't let in. The way we do it with this system, we take the seawater and we let it go all the way down, so all those other minerals, the calcium, the magnesium, the potassium, they all come in there. And what it does, it just gives a little more of that briny, oceany flavor. I want our sea salt to taste like the sea. And that's our goal. I don't want it to taste like it was made in some factory, because it wasn't. This is just seawater and sunshine, that's all it is. You start to taste that, a little bit more wildness.
You see how clear that eye is? And you see how there's like no film or anything on my hand when I run it across the fish? So that's what you're looking for when you buy any sort of seafood. So now we're gonna salt these cavities here. We're gonna put our aromats inside. And then now we're gonna rub a little bit of salt on there for a nice salt bake. I'm not gonna worry about scaling this fish at all, just because we're gonna end up peeling the skin off by the time it's done. Okay, and then we'll flip it over. And then you can tell, if you're working with rockfish, these little spines, they're vicious, they'll get ya. So you wanna be really careful when you're handling these fish. I almost forgot. We're gonna cook these sea beans in the sand pit too. Okay, and if we're gonna get the fire going, we might as well just put everything in there. It's a beautiful way to cook. So we're gonna put these guys in here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make like just a little pouch for them. You don't need to be fancy. We really just wanna make sure that, we keep the sand out of it. We're just making sure all the edges are enclosed here. Okay, now we have our little sea bean pouch here. I'm gonna take our seaweed here. And then this seaweed is really gonna help keep the sand out of it. So when we put the sand on top of the fish while it's in the pit, this is what's gonna protect that flesh.
Is it warm enough for you in here yet?
I can't tell the difference. I have hot flashes these days
Perfect.
anyway, so I don't know if it's a hot flash or if it's being in the greenhouse.
You're just in the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're farmers,
Wow.
This is not a factory. This is
a
a farm.
natural process.
Look at this. Look at what we're looking at here. It's kind of like Mayan ruins almost. These different squares stacked on squares and different angles.
Does your mathematician brain just go, oh my God, all the geometrical shapes and sizes in this?
No, I think it's my poet brain comes out when I see this. It's a different part of me, you know what I mean? There's these forces beyond your control that are doing the work, and that's why the farming part is still magic for us. It's because there's something we don't quite understand, and here it is,
You're collaborating with nature to create this.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Beautiful process.
At the end of the day, it works. It makes a delicious salt, and provides food for a lot of people.
Oh, just the texture of it.
Yeah, it's just light and crunchy, isn't it?
It's so beautiful.
You want to try a taste?
Wow. Yeah, I would love to. Look at these gorgeous flakes. Look at all that. Isn't that stunning?
Kind of just melts in your mouth, doesn't it?
It's so clean.
Yeah.
Really clean tasting.
Yeah.
That's a taste of the San Juans right there. That's just beautiful. Nature just created that.
Yep.
And we get to eat it.
We get to eat it.
That's so cool. This is lump charcoal. with these rocks that are mixed in, you wanna make sure that those stones are dry. If you don't, they can go off like a rocket. Oh man, this is beautiful. Now that we have these rocks on top, I'm gonna put the fish on top, and then I'm gonna cover it with the lump charcoal and then some more rocks, and then we're gonna bury it. There's one fish, there's the other one. There's some sea beans to go along with it. We're just gonna cover it up with a little bit more seaweed. So now I'm gonna put some of these rocks on top. And these rocks are really hot, so that's what's gonna help us cook this fish here. We're just gonna bury this over the top, and that's what's gonna help cook the top part of the fish. All right, so we're gonna give this a good 30, 40 minutes, and we'll have dinner. So you can tell like that this fish is cooking up really nicely. I mean, the smoke is actually coming out of its mouth. So first I'm gonna rescue these sea beans, get these guys out of here. Okay, and we're gonna get these rocks off. Just so you know, I mean, it's a messy process. We're cooking a sand pit here, okay? So I think we did a pretty good job of protecting the flesh. And so that's what we really wanna do, is just make sure we're protecting the meat of the fish. Then I'm gonna take off the seaweed. This one, it built like a nice little protective layer. So we're gonna see what we got here. Oh, that's nice. There we go. So it stayed protected from the sand. The skin came up with it. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. It kind of created this nice little magic shell. It's beautiful, it's perfect. Oh, yeah. When you're doing this like really kind of primitive style cooking, like realize there's gonna be some bones. Make sure you tell your friends. Look at that, look at that. Look how beautiful and moist it is. Love cooking this way. It's nothing like cooking with live fire and then making your oven from the earth. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful process. Really special. Put a little bit of sea beans on the plate. Put some fish on the plate there. And then I made a quick little sauce with some soy sauce, lime juice, coconut sugar, some of the Thai chili and the galangal, and the kaffir lime leaf that we were working with. And we love Brady. Brady specially set aside, this is gold. This is the gold of salt. So it has this really nice, nice light flake is what you're looking for a finishing salt. That's just what you're gonna put to finish your dish. Like you actually want the texture, you know, you wanna have the texture of that salt, and it's so clean tasting. It's gonna be perfect with this dish. And it really, again, like this right here, this is the taste of the San Juans. I mean, we literally have fish coming from this area. We literally have salt coming from this area. Sea beans, seaweed, everything is coming from this area. So we're gonna taste the sea right now. Let's see what Brady thinks.
Oh my gosh, I've just been drooling watching you cook. Wow.
See what you think.
Of course.
Yeah, you well, hopefully you'd never guessed that this was made in a sand pit.
Oh no, I certainly wouldn't guess that. Oh wow. You know, I've lived in this island for 35 years and it just tastes like home. It just like, I can feel my feet sink into the earth, you know, I'm just like, I can feel the wind on my skin, and food like this, it just grounds me. It feels good.
Awesome.
My soul is happy.
I love it. If you want to see more of this, please give us a thumbs up and definitely leave us some feedback in the comments, and thanks for joining us today. It's time for beer.
Yes. We worked hard today.